All right. Everyone joining right now. Bitcoin is going crazy. This is actually my second try. We are live on Bitcoin. We are live on crypto. We are live on Ethereum, on Solana, on Sui, on everything. Bitcoin is going crazy. I'm literally just coming back. I sit here in my living room. Let me turn around the camera and actually show you what the heck is happening. We knocked out 82, 83, 84, 85, 86,000 US dollars at the time of recording. And everyone is asking right now, where is this going to end? Well, I will talk about that. I will talk about my live trades I am having open right now on Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cetus, Sui, almost 16 million US dollars in accumulated profits, 14 and a half of almost 15 million on the Bitcoin trade alone, 170 Bitcoin in a profit, Ethereum, 250 Ethereum in a profit, $240,000 on the Sui trade. Yeah, only $10,000 on the Cetus trade, only I have to say, but of course that is still a lot of money. The question is, how much higher will Bitcoin go? How much higher will Ethereum go? How much higher are the altcoins going? In this live stream, for the first time in ages, I want to take imminent action on my trades. I want to potentially open new altcoin trades. I will talk about Bitcoin, about altcoins, cryptos, and everything. This live stream is made for you. All I'm asking you for, before we are going straight into the trades, straight into the charts, straight into everything, dear ladies and gentlemen. Before we are doing so, go down below and press the like button. I would truly appreciate it. But more importantly, share this video with your friends. If you go down below, you press this little share button. You can share it on Twitter. You can share it on WhatsApp, on Telegram, wherever you feel comfortable with. I would truly appreciate it. It helps me, of course, to get this content out into the world. We've been talking about this move since ages. I opened these trades, which I showed you, the Bitcoin trade I opened in November 2022. People were calling me crazy. They were laughing at me, almost spitting while laughing that I was keeping it open. Well, now the MMCrypto family is winning and we will keep winning. This is our goal in this bull market and we want to keep ruling the market for the next 6 to 8 months to come. I can tell you a huge window of opportunity just opened up. So let's talk about that. And before I go here straight into the charts, of course, let me quickly put that phone back and just tell me, if you have the new iPhone, how horrible do you think this new button is? How useless do you think it is? I think it's extremely useless. But anyways, still happy about my new phone. But whew, it like really, when I touch it, the live stream is gone. So anyways, guys, what you can do already, before we are going straight into the charts, I see we have a great like to view ratio already, but I see that still 80% did not like this video who are watching. So please do so. I'm not charging a cent for that. I'm not charging a cent for any trading calls or whatever. Whatever I will do, it will always be for free. The only thing I'm asking for, like that video and leave some altcoins already in the comment section. I see here already, you see Polkadot, Dogecoin. We are going to talk about some of them, of course, today. We will talk about Bitcoin first. First things first. Then we will talk about the dominance. Then we will go over into altcoins. Many things to discuss today. I can tell you this is gonna be a great live stream. I'm already looking forward to it. Cardano, VeChain, ADA, Stellar Lumen, XRP, Sui, ADA, Phantom. I see like 80-90% of the comments here, and this is an interesting thing. 80-90% of the comments are not altcoins from this cycle. They are altcoins from the last cycle and the cycle before. Whereas I think, of course, new narratives usually pump more than old narratives. That's just what it is, right? Unfortunately, that's crypto. It's still interesting to see that you are recommending so many of these more VeChain, I see it, more of these older altcoins, which means that we have a lot of OGs watching, which means in hindsight, not so many new people are in this space yet. And I don't have that feeling that the market is growing like crazy in terms of users, in terms of traders, in terms of viewers. And that is more or less a good thing. But you all know how it is. If you were here the last cycle, once we are breaking the previous all-time high, meaning last time it was when Bitcoin broke 19,700, which was the all-time high in 2017. We broke it then later in 2020, end of 20 or beginning of 21. The moment we break it, that is the moment when the mainstream suddenly notice it. They wake up in the morning, they put on CNN, what is happening? Okay, Bitcoin broke the previous all-time high. Let me ask my friend who was already in Bitcoin before, is it too late to buy Bitcoin? No, it's not. Boom, they sign up, and that's how the market grows. It's always like that. Wow, we have already thousands of people watching. That is amazing. And I already see a few more likes coming in. That is also amazing. I think we are slowly but surely ready to start with the content. So let me see how I can manage that here properly, because that is, my setup is a little bit weird, a little bit strange, but everyone who follows me for a few years knows that this is how we roll. So what you can see here is the Bitcoin price. That is the Bitcoin price on the weekly, right? And just quickly to give you some orientation, it's just important before we are talking about anything else, where we are right now. And before I'm doing anything, before I'm opening any trades, before I take any profits on my trade on Bitcoin or something, I always zoom out on the weekly, on the monthly, and I try to understand, where are we right now? Is there more upside? Are we due for another retracement? You want to cancel out the noise. You want to go on the higher time frames, weekly, monthly. Sometimes I look at the yearly and cancel out all the noise. With that, you put yourself already into some kind of alleviated position towards all other market participants who are all caught up on the minute chart, on the 5-minute chart, 15-minute, daily, hourly, 4-hourly. These charts are great if you want to do day trading, but first of all, you always have to start at the higher time frames. That is very, very important. And before I'm now going into the chart, I wanted to quickly shed your, put your attention. I have to click one thing. Sorry, guys. Put your attention on something which I did already a few days ago. So before I show you my chart and also the price targets, I wanted to quickly remind you that I have partnered up with a new exchange. You will find that in the video description, not in the pinned comment, because it's a live video, but in the video description is this BitUnix link. If you click it, you not only get on every deposit $1,000, $200 bonus, $2,000, $400 bonus, like a $200 free money drop, just like this to you. No, the most important thing about that is usually many people are restricted from trading. This exchange is free for everyone, no KYC, takes 5 to 10, 15 seconds to sign up. And of course, you yourself, you check, am I allowed to trade in my jurisdiction and all of these things, that is on you. But this link down below grants you access if you are allowed, if you want to be trading. This link is for you, basically free for all exchange with bonus I have negotiated for you. Let me quickly flip the camera. Here you can see the bonus link. If you click it, you get to this page, you just press sign up. Boom, and after the initial deposit, you get this for free. If you want to trade here with us live on that video, of course, which you don't have to if you are not a trader, just buy and hold, right? And what we can see, I was just gone for a few seconds and Bitcoin is already at 86,400 US dollars. I mean, that is crazy. So anyways, let me give you this overview I was talking about. So in every single cycle, we have here the blue area, which is the bull market top, the red area, which is the bear market bottom. And then, very important, we have these yellow horizontal lines, which are drawn from the previous all-time high, which the moment we break them, we go into the last phase of the parabolic bull market, which is here marked in this green box, right? And I told you, I said it in all podcasts I was on, basically on all stages I was on. I was on 4 conferences recently. I had 3 speeches. I was on, I think, 10, 15 podcasts, and I was saying it every single time. The moment we break 70 to 72,000 US dollars on a weekly candle, the moment we break it with volume support on a weekly candle is the moment it's lights out, all out for the Bitcoin bears. It's the moment where the huge Bitcoin parabolic last phase of the bull market is most likely going to start. And this is exactly what happened yesterday. Yesterday, this Sunday, was the Sunday, which was the week where we got the close we were waiting for, and I was talking about for ages. So now that this happened, what are the imminent actions I am taking on my trades, on my Bitcoin strategy? Zooming in, you can see this is the weekly candles right there. This candle, it closed yesterday. We closed at 80,000 US dollars. Insane. Pulling out the volume. You can see the volume, it could be more, but you have to also understand that we started pumping like on Thursday, so the volume was horribly low before. This one is just the half of the Monday candle, so this volume candle will be, I guess, like at least as big as the previous one here. So this is legitimate volume actually coming in, confirming this as a good breakout, as a legitimate breakout. We got the weekly candle outside of the mentioned price target. We got the volume support. We got confirmations of the break of this channel. Let me show you. We broke out of the channel. And we came down to confirm the previous resistance, which was now turning into support. We bounced and we went towards the upside. It couldn't be more picture perfect. Seriously, guys, this is the most picture perfect breakout we maybe ever had. We had the confirmation. We had volume support. We have, like, fundamentally Donald Trump winning, of course, like a news event supporting that. We have literally everything I was looking for this Bitcoin break. And still yet you have people saying, Chris, how can you be so convinced in your Bitcoin trade? How can you be so convinced holding your $17 million of trades open, or 18 million US dollars, with an accumulated profit of actually almost 16 million US dollars? The Bitcoin trade here is right now at 169 Bitcoin approximately. Let me quickly go into the trades. Here, Bitcoin is now sitting at the Bitcoin trade at, yeah, we broke 15 million US dollars in this moment in accumulated profits on the trade. I already took $2 million profit, so it's $17 million profit actually. The Ethereum trade, 830,000 US dollars, which, don't follow me on that one. That was a 49x leverage, very irresponsible, but I did it in the craziest dip of the FTX dump, right? So there was some conviction behind. And then, of course, you have my altcoin trades. The SUI trade right now at 235,000 US dollars. And talking about altcoins, well, I was actually teasing for a very long time that I will reveal my top altcoin holdings. And in fact, I have already prepared for you. It's a little bit tilted. Before I go back into the charts, I have prepared for you what I was promising for such a long time. My top 10 altcoins. I already wrote my notes down, right? I have a few more old, very small positions, but my very number one to 10 top altcoins, I have prepared it for you. And I wanna make a scheduled video where I tell you about every exact position, why I'm holding it, maybe even how much I'm holding, right? I will talk about all of that. All you have to do is, of course, not only like this video, but go down below and press this subscription button, press the bell, and press on all. You need to press subscribe, the bell, and on all, because when I upload that video, and I don't know if I'm gonna keep it online, I usually do all of the videos, but when I upload it, you wanna be there, you wanna get the notification, and you wanna see when it pops up. So not you are a slave to the YouTube algorithm, which decides whether you get this video recommended or not. No, you wanna decide. Go down below, press subscribe, press the bell, and press on all, so you can get notified when I'm uploading that. That doesn't mean just because I do a separate video with my exact top 10 altcoins that I'm not already in this live stream going to talk about a few altcoins which I am holding. So what do we have here in the comment section down below? We have people saying Audi, Dogecoin, and man, I am telling you guys one thing. Before I talk about my price targets on Bitcoin, of course, my potential trades on Bitcoin, let's talk about some other things. And just a quick overview. Again, the same thing like always, whenever when I want to talk, for example, about altcoins. Quickly, I want to open that up. Then before I'm doing so, I want to get an overview again. Is it really altcoin season? Or maybe are we wrong? So I was also saying for a very long time, I will start buying altcoins in significant quantities, actually, the moment Bitcoin breaks the previous all-time high. I always said it. And in confluence with that, I would like to see in the charts, for example, in the Bitcoin dominance chart, things which are in confluence, which are confirming my claim that altcoins are going to explode once Bitcoin breaks the previous all-time high. And don't get me wrong, Bitcoin is the greatest. I'm holding almost 80% in Bitcoin. But my plan was from the very beginning to hold 80% in Bitcoin throughout the bear market or more. I think it was 90% at one point. But the moment we break the previous all-time high with the weekly candle and volume support, I want to deviate, take more of my Bitcoin holdings over into some specific altcoins. We will talk about that more in detail later on. And take profits then when the time passes back into Bitcoin. My purpose of buying more altcoins, which I started doing before the pump, during the pump, and even right now still, like I'm scaling a little bit more into altcoins. My single purpose for doing so is actually to accumulate more Bitcoin. That is why I'm buying altcoins, and I'm not giving any advice in that regard, but that should be the reason why you are buying altcoins, because Bitcoin is the greatest nevertheless. And to determine whether we are seeing here the beginning of a potential big altcoin season, I have a chart prepared for you. I talked about that yesterday, but I really want to make sure that I'm picking up everyone here at the right place when it comes to Bitcoin on the macro, when it comes to altcoins on the macro, before I am going into the specifics as to what trades I'm opening, where am I going to take profits, am I going to take profits today, what altcoin trades am I opening, and so on. So before I'm doing so, I want to make sure that I can pick you up all exactly where you need to get picked up. And this is the Bitcoin dominance chart. You can see every single candlestick represents a weekly candle on the Bitcoin dominance chart. And this is denominated not in dollars, but in percent, right? The higher this chart goes, the more percent it represents of Bitcoin representing in comparison to the whole crypto market cap. So somewhere here, I said the moment we break this resistance at 48%, I expect a big Bitcoin season to come. And this happened 1.5 years of Bitcoin season. That is why I was holding so many Bitcoin. We reached 60%. This, I'm telling you, I swear to you, I was pulling out this line before. 61%. Check it on my channel. Maybe some of you guys will still remember I had a tweet about that. And I also had a video about that. 61% was my target, 60 to 61, whatever. We hit now 60.5% approximately, right? Is my target for the Bitcoin dominance for the Bitcoin season to end. That doesn't mean Bitcoin will not continue to go up, right? Bitcoin can go up. But if altcoins as a whole go up more in percentage terms than Bitcoin, then you would call this rather an altcoin season. And that would mean the Bitcoin dominance goes down. Even though the Bitcoin price can go up, the Bitcoin dominance can go down. So what I am expecting here to happen is now, after 2.5 years of Bitcoin season, basically, for us to maybe, we will go a little bit higher, of course, but for altcoins to regain a little bit of strength. So we might see here some flattening, and eventually, towards the end of this crazy potential bull market, towards the end, we will, this is very speculative, right? But we hit my price target here, or my dominance target of 60%. What I'm expecting now is Bitcoin to, maybe not every day, maybe we get a retracement soon, but to continuously to go up. But altcoins will regain strength. So the rate of increase of the Bitcoin dominance chart will most likely decline. And at one point in many, many weeks, we will also see the last phase of the altcoin market approaching. And when this happens, something like this will happen to the chart. Something like that will happen to the chart, because when altcoins are exploding, and trust me guys, this is always the case, they are not exploding for a very long time. It's a short window of opportunity. But when they are exploding, they explode heavily. Very, very heavily. And this is going to happen. This is the beginning of the end of the bull market. This bull market is basically going on for, I don't know, 2 years and 1 month or so, since November when 2022, when we hit the bear market bottom. Since then, Bitcoin was going up. But if you are an altcoin holder, if you are holding most of your money in altcoins, well, probably this didn't really feel like a bull market to you, right? It didn't really feel like it. And one of these reasons might be that you're not subscribed to the MMCrypto channel, because we've been the biggest Bitcoin maximalists in the last 2.5 years. But I'm not too proud to say, hey guys, maybe now it's time to deviate a little bit and to change the strategy. And that is exactly what I am doing. That is why I am shifting from an 80% Bitcoin allocation, 10% Ethereum, 10% altcoins, over to a potentially 50-60% Bitcoin. Yes, I'm still quite conservative. 15% Ethereum and 25% altcoins. For me, that sounds already crazy. And if this altcoin cycle is, of course, exploding, then my strategy is exactly that every single of these altcoin positions, when they double compared to Bitcoin, I will take 50% of the profits and I will put them back into Bitcoin. After the first profit taking, I will already have my Bitcoin back. Everything afterwards, every double afterwards is pure bang. It's pure Bitcoin. I can put limit orders in. It's gonna be pure Bitcoin, basically passively running into my account for the profits I'm taking on my altcoin purchases. This is my strategy for the reason of Bitcoin breaking this channel, breaking the previous all-time high, for the Bitcoin dominance reaching my price target. I have set everything in stone 2-3 years ago. My strategy, my game plan, and it's all coming exactly into place as we, the MMCrypto family, anticipated. And that is a beautiful thing. So again, the dominance can go up a little bit longer. Maybe the altcoin season is not starting exactly today, but by simply skipping the last 2.5 years of Bitcoin upwards momentum and altcoin slightly sideways and downwards momentum, we've already put us apart from the rest of the market, and that is, of course, beautiful. So now, let's talk about Bitcoin price targets. Let me quickly go back into the Bitcoin chart. But I really wanted to talk about the dominance. For everyone who is joining here right now, maybe joining a little bit late, no problem. If you missed a lot from that video, you can go down below this red thing. Just go back. You can watch from the very beginning. No issue, guys. You're going to miss out on a few seconds. Wow, 86,500 US dollars. What the heck is going on? I see so many people posting lemons. You are the true OGs. 3-4 years ago, 2020, 21, we did these live streams together. We were crushing it. We actually accumulated billions of dollars in profits on these moves. I had 25,000 people watching live. I had 200,000 people watching in total on some videos. We made billions of dollars, guys. This was insane. So let's recreate that, right? Post your lemons down below. I truly appreciate it. But the most important, go down below, share this video. Let's make the MMCrypto family as big as possible. Let's just get it. I'm telling you guys, this is exactly what we've been waiting for. So before I go into really my price targets on Bitcoin, on altcoins, and so on, I wanted to shed light on another chart which I have not been talking about for quite some time. And it's very, very important. This is a chart which I've been showing for the last, 7 years or so. I don't know exactly, but for ages in my crypto YouTube career. And this chart is this one. You will know it if you are one of the OGs. Let me quickly go into it. Man, Aptos. So many recommendations here. BXX, don't know what that is. Gas, Cetus. Well, I'm having a Cetus position open. Well, anyways, let me quickly go into it here. This chart, do you remember this chart here, dear ladies and gentlemen? This chart represents it's like the master chart, the master of master charts. It shows us the price movement since 2009 in a perfect manner. And I'm telling you guys, exactly as anticipated and predicted, Bitcoin is hitting all of these levels just Exactly how we said it will do. And it's just beautiful to see. Let's go straight into that. And man, this is beautiful because it gives you such a powerful feeling if things are happening exactly as you said they would happen, right? We always have these orange boxes representing the long accumulation phase during bear market and beginning of the bull market for Bitcoin, right? And every single time we are breaking it, boom, few months of bull market. Breaking it, boom, few months of bull market. That was actually 2012. This was 2016, 17, 2020, November 2020. Actually, every time the election month, right? Every 4 years, the election month. It's like quite funny. Anyways, November 2020, boom. And now again, November 2024. We are breaking it. And you see every time what happened once we broke it, right? Every time we broke it, we went into this crazy bull market. That is exactly happening again. But now, one thing which might be a little bit concerning for you is this resistance line here, right? Because you can see every single bull market we were topping out right there at the resistance line. That would mean this bull market top is only 110,000 US dollars. Would that, I mean, in accordance to that chart, it means yes. This chart, which has never ever been wrong before, is basically predicting 107 to 110,000 US dollars for Bitcoin. Let's say this takes maybe 3 more months. I'm just drawing the line there. Like, let's say 120,000 would be the price target of this bull market. Doesn't seem so good, right? Because we've not been waiting 4 years to go from 69,000 to 120. I mean, that is what is that, like 65%? That barely matches inflation in the last 4 years. So you would barely beat inflation while all the fundamentals increased, while everything looks so great, while we have BlackRock buying and everything. So then this chart, which has never been wrong in the last 15 years, is suddenly saying, guys, it's over at 120,000. So now I want to tell you, maybe not, and for a very specific reason. Because if you draw this resistance line further into the future, let me show you so you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you draw this resistance line, it basically goes further and further, right? Like infinity. And it has diminishing returns to scale, as of course every asset has diminishing returns to scale. As it gets bigger, the returns to scale diminish over time. That's very normal, right? As a stock gets bigger, the percentage returns get smaller. As Bitcoin gets bigger, the percentage returns get smaller. A double from $1,000 to $2,000 for Bitcoin was much easier to achieve with much less buying power than from 60 to 120,000 US dollars. So that is true. But we should not forget that we are measuring here in the US dollar. And the US dollar, I said it before, it has an expiry date. Every single fiat currency has an expiry date, right? And as Bitcoin is measured in US dollar, but the foundation of that denomination, the US dollar, has an expiry date. And you know that the US dollar is converging towards zero. Hence, Bitcoin would have to converge against infinity. It's just a mathematical principle, right? Not in today's purchasing power. We are about to break 87,000 US dollars. Let's do some live trading action here, but I want to quickly elaborate on that. So if US dollar collapses, converges against zero, eventually we will have to break all price models, all prediction models will be broken at one point of time, whether it's this cycle, maybe not, or the next cycle. We will see in US dollar terms a super cycle which is breaking all the rules we have seen so far. We will face rip towards the upside as the US dollar will be collapsing. That is something I can tell you with an almost 100% certainty. This or the next cycle, probably the next one, who knows, it is going to happen. And then we will break these models which have been right and correct for the last 15 years. Otherwise, if this would be correct and dollar denominates more and more, devalues more and more over time, but this line, this resistance line stays correct, which it has been correct for the last 4 cycles, it would mean that Bitcoin will reach $1 million maybe in 200 years. At this time, you can not even buy like an Opel Corsa, like this, the cheapest car in the world. You can't even buy anymore for like $1 million because inflation is not going to stop. And guys, let's quickly make a celebration for $87,000. $87,000. Come on. Everyone who is happy about the Bitcoin pump, everyone who is happy about the altcoin pump, smash up the like. Come on, just smash up the like. I want to see the likes on that video. We have absolutely record numbers on that live stream. I am truly grateful, truly appreciative for that. And man, it's just crazy to see your guys' support, because without you liking, commenting, subscribing, YouTube would just think, that's boring. I'm not going to recommend that. But now they are pumping this live stream out like crazy. We are going into a Q&A also soon, but I really want to make sure that we are focusing a little bit on what's happening here in the market. And before I'm going into the charts, before I'm going into a few other very interesting and important things, let's talk about this. Let's talk about some altcoins. Let's talk about the market. Something many people are interested in. And what you can see here, we are here at CoinMarketCap. Bitcoin hit $80,234. By the way, guys, if you are watching this live right now, make sure you go down below and you take advantage of this. Many of you were not able to trade because so many exchanges are restrictive. Here at BitUnix, if you click register deposit, you finally have an exchange, not only with a big bonus, 20% of your deposit, you have no KYC, free for everyone. Click register deposit. This is beautiful. Of course, look at this disclaimer, of course, make sure it's legal for you to trade in your jurisdiction. This is just an exchange I am using myself, especially for the USA. It may not be allowed for you to trade. I can't tell you. I'm not a legal advisor. Be careful and trade at your own risk. Trading can be very risky, right? It is true. It is risky. But of course, there is big opportunity in trading as well. Let me quickly go back to my futures trades here. As you can see, my Bitcoin trade is right now wrapping up. Bringing in 172 Bitcoin in a profit. We are talking about a profit of $15.5 million plus $2 million I already took almost in profits. I think it's $2 million I took in profits. $800,000 on the Ethereum trade. $243,000 on the SUI trade. $10,000 on this small trade. So that is of course crazy. So if you want to be trading, in the video description, click register deposit, this BitUnix link. Video description, not in the pinned comment, in the video description. So let's go back into the market. And what can we see here? I mean, we see the altcoin season basically knocking on our door already. You have Bitcoin up 10%. Ethereum today up only 5%. Yesterday, Ethereum was up more than Bitcoin. Then you have USDT, of course, stagnant. But then you have, of course, Solana. But look at this, Dogecoin. What you can see is you have some like Avalanche, Shiba Inu, Dogecoin. Some altcoins are pumping more than Bitcoin, but the majority of altcoins are still pumping less than Bitcoin. That is why I was not so hectic, or let me quickly get a water, why I was not trying to rush so much to get my top 10 altcoin video out. I will talk about some of my top altcoins, of course, in that live stream as well. But I was not so rushed doing so for the, let's get back the vibes. Water with lemon, like back in the days. It's so beautiful, man. I get nostalgic. 4 years ago, we drank lemon water in our live stream. Now we will do the same thing again, while breaking the all-time high. And I would be the happiest man in the world. So grateful for everything, for the blessings, for you guys. If in 4 years, when we break the all-time high again, maybe at $1 million, $2 million for Bitcoin, we will drink lemon water again. Sorry for opening the bottle like this. Is that crazy how hard these sounds are to open? Anyways, so that was the reason why I was not so not so much rushing and getting out the altcoin videos, because you go and you see, oh, I'm missing opportunity. This altcoin is pumping 5%. This altcoin is pumping 8%. And wow, I could go long on these altcoins and make a killing. But Bitcoin was pumping just now. It's pumping 10%. So Bitcoin is kind of still dominating the market, right? So just relax a little bit. If I publish my top 10 altcoins shortly, like this video, then I don't want you to... Water is so much better with lemon. Then I don't want you to go crazy and throw your whole portfolio into these altcoins. It's just not a smart thing to do. This is not how wealth is created. It's not created with greed. It's not created with fear. It's created with a level-headed mind where you have an elevated position, you understand the market, you understand where we are, you are patient, you create your own cash flow, whether it's with a job, whether it's with a business. You take this cash flow, this disposable income, you can put it into Bitcoin, hold it 90% of the bull market, or 90% of the cycle of the market in total. Bitcoin is outperforming altcoins. And then when the window of opportunity opens, and I'm telling you it's about to open, that's when you can go deviate into that's what I'm doing, at least. Deviate into altcoins, bank from this window of opportunity, take these profits in Bitcoin and enjoy your Bitcoin stack and enjoy your Bitcoin holding. What it is coming down to in this market and for your long-term success is to get as many Bitcoin as possible. That is my approach. Think about that, what you want. And yes, if some altcoins are pumping 100x, beautiful. Bitcoin has still 100x potential. If Bitcoin soaks up the market cap, if Bitcoin soaks up the monetary energy, which is available in the world, just to a certain degree, right, becomes a world reserve currency. Not even the only, but a world reserve currency, like the US dollar. We have a potential of 100 to 200 trillion US dollar market cap in today's purchasing power. That would equate to a Bitcoin price of $5 to $10 million per Bitcoin. If you want a 100x meme coin, and I will talk about my altcoins, okay? Relax. But if you want a 100x meme coin, Bitcoin is your 100x meme coin. Just relax and wait a few years, right? Bitcoin is your 100x meme coin. I think Bitcoin can still go 100x. It just may take a little bit longer, but your risk is significantly smaller than with altcoins. Am I buying altcoins? Yes. Am I buying them right now? Yes. But my focus and my main focus will remain on Bitcoin. And I have altcoins for the single purpose to get more Bitcoin, right? That's what I wanted to let you know. Show me a few altcoins. Maybe I will reveal a few of those which I'm holding already. I know that many people are very keen on that, and I'm doing a lot of research. I am at a lot of conferences. I have a lot of friends with a lot of alpha, and I get this alpha, and I'm very happy to push it and forward it to you guys, of course, and you hopefully act responsible with this alpha, of course, because it can always be wrong also, right? But leave some altcoins down below and I can see. So here, for example, Chainlink. I have Chainlink, right? But it's not in my top 10 altcoins. Cardano. I have Cardano, but it's not in my top 10 altcoins. I want to give you some value already, like some things I'm holding. Of course, I want to let you know that already. Solana. I have Solana. I didn't buy it I made gains with Solana. I maybe outperformed Bitcoin slightly. I got late in Solana, which is why my position is small on Solana compared to my whole portfolio, and which is why it's not in my top 10. Is it a good project which maybe deserves the top 10? Maybe. It's just not in my top 10 holdings because my position is smaller, as I missed a lot of opportunity there. But I have one equivalent token, I almost want to say, a layer 1 project, which is very similar to Solana and which has more throughput than Solana and which has more potential in my opinion than Solana. And I will mention that one, of course, also in my top 10 altcoin reveal. Wow, was that tasty. Crazy. Papercoin, someone is answering. Yeah, so I want to tell you how I am approaching the meme coin space. I am just, because I'm playing bigger numbers, right? As you know, I can't go in and buy like a meme coin with a $10 million market cap. I could literally pump that one up to I don't know, $1 billion by just by putting a few $1 million in it. That's how it works. You don't need the equivalent of volume to reach a specific market cap. I just can't buy these small meme coins. So I am playing the meme coin game, but I am playing higher capitalized meme coins. So of course I will talk about some meme coins also, but it's a gamble. And I'm banking on a little bit more of the bigger projects. And I can tell you one thing already, let me just get it out there. Dogecoin is one of them. For the simple reason of this huge victory of Elon Musk. I bought Dogecoin quite some time ago. And it's just some kind of winner takes it all principle I'm going there. So Dogecoin is one I'm holding, and I'm holding a few others. I will talk about that later, right? So now let's first of all talk about the market again. And you can see Bitcoin is at, let me go into it, 87,000 US dollars. And is this the time to go crazy and go long right now? I am long, but my answer to that question is no. If I wouldn't be in a long position already, $15.5 million on this Bitcoin long position, if I wouldn't be in there already, then, let me go back here, then I would not open a new long position. The chance of us getting a liquidation wick, I mean, we also opened a CME gap, right? Over the weekend, we created a CME gap. There's just so many reasons that to assume that, okay, institutionals are sitting on the sidelines, they missed out on the weekend, now the price is continuing to pump, and we see the funding fees increasing, we see people are getting more greedy and more greedy. Fear and greed index actually being at, let me show you, fear and greed index being at 79, 80 approximately, so we're quite greedy at the moment in the market. So there are a few reasons to assume that a correction is possible, right? That's why if I wouldn't be in a long position right now, maybe I would not open a long position now at 87,000 US dollars. What I would do is I would wait for the price to find its resistance. We are in price discovery, right? There is no real resistance. And to retrace. And when we retrace, I would wait for support and long at support. If we get a pattern, I would trade the breakout of the pattern. If we just go down, I would trade basically the confirmation of a new support and then go into a new long position. I am bullish on Bitcoin. Bitcoin will, in my opinion, continue to go up, right? Maybe we hit $100,000 tomorrow. But I'm just saying the risk of a retracement, of a liquidation candle is getting bigger the higher we go. And that is just, it's a clear fact, right? So yes, I am in my long position. And I also mentioned before that 85,000 is my first target. We knocked it out. We went to 87, right? So Bitcoin is definitely, even my extremely bullish expectations, exceeding them a little bit. And yeah, that's quite crazy. By the way, guys, can we hit 2,500 likes? Can everyone go down, please, and smash up the like button on that video just for a second? I would truly appreciate that. That would be amazing. So let's talk about a few altcoins, right? Let me actually go into it here. Oh, by the way, I want to know from you, maybe you can use the feedback function. Do you want me to talk about a few altcoins before we are potentially here taking some profits on my multi-million-dollar trade? Or you know what, maybe I do that now and then we talk about some altcoins, okay? But for that, I need to see the likes. If the likes are not coming in, I will understand, hey, You don't want. You don't want, right? So let me know. And I'm preparing here something for you, dear ladies and gentlemen. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Just a second, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, wow, so many likes coming in. Okay, I will understand that now as you wanting me to talk about some altcoins, okay? That's just how I understand it. If we see here hundreds of likes coming in within a few seconds, it's pretty clear. So, but it is coming, the moment of truth. 172 Bitcoin in a profit. I want to take some more profits on this trade. And you can see this trade is $15.5 million in a profit. I took $2 million in a profit earlier. Now I want to take more profits on that trade. Do I think that Bitcoin will go higher? And would it be hence smarter to keep the money in? Well, if I knew for 100% certainty, yes. But I only know for a 95% certainty that this is not the all-time high yet. And because of that, I have to take some chips from the table, right? It's just normal. As Bitcoin goes higher and reaches price levels, and I said before, 85,000 is my price target, my first price target. The second price target I will talk about in a second. As we were hitting that, I have to take profits, right? So that's what I'm doing now. Let me take profits. Just a second. Boom, boom, boom. I will short into my long position. And I take some profits here. Boom. Confirm. Okay, I took profits, not much, 500,000 US dollars for now, but now you can see I have 14.5 million US dollars in this trade and $1 million realized. You know what? It's not exactly 1 million. I want it to be 1 million. And because I already paid 2 million funding fees, it's actually $3 million I took then in profits. Just another 100,000. Okay, now we have it. $1 million in profits, in realized profits, 14.4 million US dollars in unrealized profits. I told you before I will take profits. I just took $600,000 approximately in profits, but I will continue to take more profits as the price is going higher and eventually close out my Bitcoin trade the moment the funding fee reaches approximately 1% a day. When we reach approximately 1% per day on the funding fee, I think I'm out. Let me actually see. Now we are at 0.01%. Wow! Every 8 hours. That means we are at 0.03% per day. We are so far away from the all-time high. In my opinion, I mean, that's just my thesis, right? I'm just surprised myself. I didn't look at the funding rate for a long time. Why is the funding rate only 0.01%? You know where the funding fee was when Bitcoin was hitting 64,000 US dollars in 2021? At 0.33. It was 33 times higher than today. The funding rate is calculated by the balance of longs and shorts in the market. So if you have more people being long than short, then the funding rate is positive on a long position, right? You have to pay the longs, pay the shorts to balance out the market again. The more people are going long, the higher the funding rate must be to incentivize people to open a short position. The funding rate now on Bybit here being 0.01% shows me that yes, we have more people long than short, but it's not by a big margin. We just have a few more long positions than short positions. And that is crazy considering how high we went. There is so many shorts still in the market. Mind-blowing, if you ask me, mind-blowing. Anyways, I took some profits here. I will keep 16.5 million US dollars in that trade. And yeah, I took 600,000 US dollars. And always, as Bitcoin is going higher, I take more and more profits. Now, I want to do one thing before we continue with the content here. I am going on Twitter and I want to post something. And if you want, you don't have to, but I think it's funny. Wait. I just want to post this orange here. Let me show you. And no one will understand what I am posting here, right? But you watching this live, you understand. With orange, we of course not only we are not only referring to this beautiful fruit of a clementine. No, we are referring to Bitcoin, right? You know. So I will post this, and if you want, you don't have to play this game, but we did it 4 years ago. I want to play it again. I posted lemons. Now I'm posting clementines. I post this, just like, repost, post clementines below, and confuse the Twitter community what is happening there at the MMCrypto community. No one will understand, but you will understand. I don't know if you find it funny. This is my humor. Let's do it and let's see how people will react. Go over to my Twitter right now and and engage with that. And let's see how the engagements are coming in. And I will live read some of your comments. Maybe you will see your own name pop up here. That could be fun. Oh, 100 likes already within a few seconds. 200 likes, crazy. So look at this. I love you guys. So many comments. This is so funny. Jeremy Mateo, Vape, Iron King. We see some lemon going in. We see clementines. We see, wow, this is amazing, guys. This is amazing. So many people posting already. Let me refresh. Thank you so. Wow, we get 400 likes within 1 minute. Wow, not even 1 minute, 400 likes. Thank you, guys. This is amazing. I really think Twitter will be very confused. You can see your name maybe here somewhere. They will be very confused, guys. You know what? Go there, post on Orange, and post your favorite altcoin. You can chill your altcoin live on stream. I will wait 1-2 minutes, and you can chill it live on stream. I will go through it, and you can see it on the screen. And then we will, of course, go back here into the charts and get more legitimate again, go back to the TA, go back to the price targets, but I really think this is a funny one. So let me see. Maybe we see here some comments popping up, right? Boom, 1 minute, 600 likes. Wow, this is crazy. So what do we have? Do we look at this, Donald Trump? Who did this? Gabri Dior. Very funny, very funny. Clementine Inception. I have to like that one. I have to like that one also. This is so funny, guys. You're the best. Great show, Chris. Yes, I'm having a lot of fun here also, guys. This is such a great show. This man is definitely on cloud 9, feeling vindicated. I don't understand. We have, oh, Kaspar. Okay, here we have a few shills. We have another Inception. Thank you so much for all your comments, guys. This is amazing. This is amazing. So many clementines. Peaches. I prefer clementines. What's up, Chris? Fruits. So good. Sui, NPC. Enjoy your water, brother. Love from Dubai. Amazing. I love you guys. You are amazing. This is just a completely amazing community. And I'm so happy that you've been pushing through all of these years, and now we are here to reap the rewards, to basically make as community combined again billions of dollars as we did at the last bull market. This is what we've been waiting for. This is it. What happens during the bear market? You take a seed, you plant it, you water it, and the watering is networking, it's reading, it's learning patience, it's investing, it's not being greedy, not being fearful. That's the equivalent of watering your seed. You water it over the month, the price going sideways, your portfolio not really doing so much. You think on the surface, nothing is happening. But what happens below the ground when you water the seed is the seed opens up, it spreads the roots, and you learning and networking, investing, being patient is the metaphor for the roots spreading. And as on the surface, nothing is visible, your foundation gets stronger and stronger during the bear market. And what happened this Sunday, Bitcoin breaking the previous all-time high, was basically, finally, the roots manifesting below the ground and the plants starting to go outside of the surface. Things are getting visible. The gains are starting to come in. And this bamboo seed, this bamboo tree is going to grow fast from now on. It's going to grow and grow and grow throughout the next few weeks in this bull market. And that is my beautiful metaphor for you guys, which I hope you take it and I hope you believe it, because this is what we've been waiting for. This is why we've been going through this horrible bear market in the last few months, right? So Bitcoin 87,200, still like crazy. And some people, you can never make everyone happy. You will say, oh, Chris, you took $500,000 in profits and Bitcoin is going higher. No, I don't care. I'm almost 100% certain that we will break $100,000. So why should I take profits earlier? Why did I take profits at 64? Why did I take profits now at 87,000 US dollars? Because it's the right thing to do. And I take these profits, it's a Bitcoin settled future in Bitcoin. So if I take, for example, 10 Bitcoin profit, I have 165 Bitcoin profit, I just took 7 Bitcoin profits or so. These Bitcoin, they continue to also go up in value. That's why if you trade Bitcoin settled futures, it doesn't really hurt to take profits, because you still make more profits if the price goes higher. And this trade is still at $14.5 million in unrealized profit, $1 million plus $2 million or $3 million in unrealized profits, right? So I'm completely fine with that. For sure. We go back here. Boom. So should we talk about some altcoins? I mean, my top 10 video I will upload tomorrow, but I still want to talk about some altcoins, because I just know that you guys are, you are so much into altcoins, and I really hope you watched the beginning of the video where I told you why to be cautious. And whoa, I quickly want to show you. We got in 6 minutes 1,500 likes on that post. People will think I'm faking or buying like likes or something. This is crazy. This is crazy, guys. What a strong community. Thank you so much for that, man. I appreciate it. If you ever wanted to give back, or if you are looking for like using a great exchange, I have partnered up with Bitunix. You know that. And you can find right there in the comments, in the video description, below this video description, you can find this link. If you click register deposit, no matter what jurisdiction you are from, but read this disclaimer here. You can use this exchange, click register deposit, and basically get within a few seconds access to this account, be able to trade, and also access to my exclusive deposit bonus. Deposit $50, get $10 free. Deposit $1,000, get $200 free. Deposit $2,000, get $400 for free. You can trade with this on Bitcoin, on Ethereum, on altcoins, or whatever you want, right? And if you feel like, hey, right now maybe Bitcoin was pumping just too much, which yes, I think 10%. I wouldn't go into a long position right now. I keep mine open, but I wouldn't go into a new one right now. Because on a 10x leverage, $79,000 is likely to hit, and then you liquidate it. You don't want to get liquidated. You don't want to lose money, especially in an upwards movement. Losing money is extremely painful. But you can just keep the bonus, which you get with the link in the video description down below. You can keep the bonus and just trade whenever you feel we are hitting resistance, right? Let's do some TA. Let's go back into the chart. Man, this is crazy. Really, this is really crazy. So let me go back into the chart. So what you can see here now is Bitcoin on the weekly, on the monthly. We broke this. Now the question is, how much higher will we go? Well, in accordance to that chart, $120,000. I don't think so, but let's talk about that when the time comes, right? Let's now talk about where we are likely going to go next. And for that, I want to open the right chart. And I hope this is the one. Yes, that is the one. So look at these big green candles, crazy. So weekly, see a few very bullish weekly candles. We are breaking out. The question is, of course, first, what is the target of this pattern, right? The target of this pattern is, let me go in. You want to take it from the beginning of the move, and I'm conservative, so I'm not drawing it from here. I'm drawing it from there because I want to always take the more conservative target. And oh wait, where am I here? Am I on the logarithmic? Sorry guys, not logarithmic. I'm doing it on the linear scale. Then you take this, boom, from 24 all the way up here. And then the price target is 114,000 US dollars. That is one target. Keep it in mind, okay? 114,000. The next one you could take would be from this cup and handle. You have here the cup and the handle. It broke the moment Bitcoin broke 72. If you take here the target, and there is no conservative target, there is just one target, then you get 128,000. So we have these two targets. And the last target I want to show you is the fib one. We have 114, 128, and we also have, just a second, boom, 102. So this will be exactly my next profit-taking areas. The next one will be below 100, not 102. I just like to take profits below psychological resistance. I will take them probably at 95 or so. I just took profits at 87 for the record, for everyone who's joining late. I took profits at 64. I took profits at 87. My trade is still $14.5 million in a profit, but as we are going higher, I will take at 97, 98,000 US dollars. I will take at 114, always before the target, so 112 or so, and 124, so probably at 119, 120,000 US dollars. And when this approaches, we will look at the funding fees again, how high are the funding fees, and see how much profits we are going to take and letting the rest roll, because we want to close the trade completely as close to the bull market top as possible, right? So that is the plan. And yes, until then, on my spot positions, I will accumulate more altcoins. And one of these altcoins, I can already tell you, is Ethereum. Everyone knows that. And one of these altcoins, I can already say that also, is Sui, right? But I have a top 10 video prepared for you where I want to tell you exactly, up to the altcoin exactly what altcoins I'm holding. And I want to quickly go into this here and show you something else. And I will upload that tomorrow. Not to miss that, you need to go down, press subscribe, press the bell, and press on all to make sure that you are not missing out on that. And I already said Ethereum is one, the other one is Sui. If you missed Solana, Sui might be an opportunity. I already posted this one here. As you can see, there is much more inflow in Sui than in Solana and Ethereum combined. Since I called that on the 4th of November, already we pumped 60%, and that was 2 days. I think until now it's 80% pump since my prediction here. So yes, that is one of my positions. I will talk about more of these. Don't get me wrong, dear ladies and gentlemen. Someone is mentioning VPAT. Of course, I will talk about that one as well, as I'm holding it as well. I will talk about that VPAT V-Launch, but on Solana, Ethereum, Sui. Anyways, I have more than 10, but I will mention 10 altcoins specifically in that video. I will tell you exactly how long I'm holding it and so on. But very important to understand is I'm not holding these altcoins like Sui or whatever because I think they are going to change the world. They are going to change everything. I will not hold them for like 10 years or something. I am going into altcoins, which I think have potential, which I think are most likely legitimate, to increase my Bitcoin holding. I really hope that I made this point clear. I said it multiple times. I take these profits back into Bitcoin. Guys, 65 minutes. That's a wrap for today. Amazing video. Truly appreciate every single one of you. We will see each other very soon at the next one of MMCrypto. As always, guys, as always, bye. Yeah, you know what? Everyone who stayed, let's make a few more minutes of... I'm pretty sure you went, as many people went out already, sorry. Let's make a few Q&As because so many people are asking questions. I feel like I owe you. So ask a few questions, I want to answer a few, okay? But I'm really tired, man. It's like, I think it's after midnight. It's almost 1 a.m. Please, guys, quickly. Any questions? What about BNB? You will see tomorrow in the video. ADI, XRP. I see just, come on, ask questions. You're asking more about altcoins. But it's just the chat is so on fire, so hyped, that it's very difficult to read them before they are gone. When do you, because I can't scroll. How do you scale up a trade? Okay, good question. So you just open a new, you long into your existing long position and you take profits by shorting into your existing long position. Any other question? How often do you work out? I work out, I do muscle workouts like 4 times a week or so. I do football once a week. I do Muay Thai and paddle tennis. Sometimes I do muscle workout 5-6 times a week. Then I would do less Muay Thai. I try to work out every day, but then I have to force myself because I feel like everything is wearing down. The muscles are wearing down and stuff. I need to force myself for a break. And that's what I did now. 3 days break. Crazy for me. But I still do sauna and stuff on these days. Any other questions? Do you regret converting BTC into ETH? No, I was holding almost 100% Bitcoin and I really wanted an Ethereum stack. I went a little bit early into Ethereum, but that was completely fine for me. It was a few percent of my portfolio, so there is no regrets. Now is the time I'm actually switching more into altcoins, right? You know what, guys? It's 70 minutes. It's almost 1 a.m. I want to sleep. I love you. I appreciate you. See you very soon at the next one of MMCrypto. As always, guys, as always, bye. Bye.